Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 4 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. There was a couple of news stories not that long ago. In fact, I think there was one earlier this week that was talking about some resistance from some employees of some municipalities around Florida that are deciding on whether or not to do away with the traditional pension and instead put in its place a 401k plan, or in some cases it's described as a 401k type of a plan. And I have no idea what that even means. The argument against the 401k type of plan is that most people who are working for the city, working for the county, they're not necessarily financial experts. They don't necessarily know how to take that 401k and do anything with it. And so what happens is we have this mentality, I don't know how to fix my car, so I'm going to go to a mechanic. He's trained to do it. I don't know how to drill my own teeth, so I'm going to go to a dentist. He's trained to do it. And I don't know how to take care of my own money, so I'm going to go to a financial advisor because he's trained to do it. When our next guest is going to tell you, maybe not. Maybe the whole idea of going to somebody else to handle your money and your finances may not be the best thing. Mike Finley has written a book called Financial Happiness. Discover what a pink wig and a crazy way of thinking can do to change the course of your life forever. I love that subtitle right there. Let's not introduce Mike without saying that he served 26 years in the U.S. Army. My goodness, we salute you, Mike. He's an advocate for junior achievement of Eastern Iowa and organizations servicing veterans and current military personnel, and a motivational speaker, and I might say a motivational writer as well. Again, the book is called Financial Happiness. Good morning, Mike. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And are you in Iowa right now?
I am.
Okay. How's the weather in Iowa?
Well, it's not too bad. It's warming up as we speak.
So how did you go from being you're not a financial, what do you call, expert, I guess? Well, you are. In my mind, you are. But you didn't consider yourself one, right?
Correct. As I educated myself gradually over time, what I found was the people we call experts are, in most cases, nothing more than salespeople. And just because somebody has credentials and letters after their name does not make them an expert. And that's what I try to help people see, which is we need to be much more vigilant about those experts that maybe aren't.
So this is an extreme example, and I want to make sure we talk about things people can relate to. And this example, nobody can relate to except for maybe one person out there. But let's say we won the lottery. And we've had this minimum wage job all of our lives, and suddenly, we're 60 years old and we've got, $4 million or something. Wouldn't it be better to go to an expert to have him help us with this? Because you hear all these horror stories of somebody winning large amounts of money and going through it in a year.
You bet. And there are people that you could go for guidance, but you need to find the people that are true fiduciaries for you, meaning they're going to do exactly what's best for you rather than what's best for them or their firms. So you'd have to avoid anybody who works off a commission. And most people in the financial industry work off a commission. So the individual would have to start the process of educating themselves and informing themselves about who to go to. So specifically in that situation, a person might consider a fee-only financial advisor. Fee-only meaning they manage money under what is provided to them, and there's no commissions, there's no other conflict of interest outside of that.
Tell me about the pink wig. What's that about?
Well, it's all about taking control of your life and living the life of your dreams, not somebody else's. So I use that pink wig as a metaphor that you're going to have to be different. You're going to have to be strange, maybe, even crazy, to live the life of your dreams. And that's what's going to take you to a place where I call financial happiness.
Now, this part applies to almost everybody, except for that one guy who won the lottery. So this is the more important part of this discussion. So what you're saying is the person who's working hard every day, working an honest wage, but not necessarily the millionaire among us. That person can actually become a millionaire simply with a few ideas, right?
Exactly. By developing the right wealth-building habits and avoiding the wealth-depleting habits, you can gradually build wealth over time, even if you're the average Joe or Jane working in the average job. The key is picking up a financial education and developing the habits that are going to take you in a direction that's going to serve your future needs as best you can.
And can you give us an example of some habits that we might consider?
You bet. So one of the first habits would be pay yourself first. Immediately upon receiving a check, you would automatically have that money sent to a savings account, to an investment account, at a place like Vanguard, in buying things like no-load index mutual funds, in your 401k. And again, you pay yourself first and you spend what remains, rather than what far too many people do. They spend what they get, and then they try to save what's left at the end of the month, which in many cases is nothing. So pay yourself first is one of the most important habits you can develop. Another important habit, pay your credit card bill off in full every month. If you cannot do that, stop using the credit card. Credit card debt can devastate an individual and their future.
But don't you need to use it? This is what we hear from Clark Howard. I don't know if you know who he is. He does a radio show, syndicated, and we're an affiliate. But he's kind of on the same plane as you are with getting rid of the debt. But he also says make sure you use it a little bit to maintain your credit rating.
Exactly. Again, I'm not anti-credit card. I use a credit card, and I use it every month, and every month I pay it off in full. So I never pay any interest on the amount because of the grace period that's afforded me when I pay it off every month. So again, the credit card is not the problem. It's the individual and how they use it, either in a good way or a bad way.
Mike Finley is our guest, and this is just a short interview, so I want to be sure we get the information out for the book. The book is called Financial Happiness. How do we get the book?
They can go online to Amazon or Barnes & Noble. You can also go online to my website, thecrazymaninthepinkwig.com.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity for people to pick it up, and it costs about $20. And I'm here to tell you, a $20 book can help you achieve millions of dollars over a lifetime, not only in making the right decisions, but again, avoiding all those wrong decisions.
And then, Mike, do you have any advice in the book about people that are a little bit older? For people, obviously, you don't have the rest of your life. You have the rest, you know what I'm saying?
As a matter of fact, the older group, they need to be even more focused because they cannot afford to be making mistakes later in life. A young person, they could make some mistakes. They shouldn't, but they could, and then they have time to overcome them. That older person, that's not the case. They need to start thinking for right now in reducing the cost of their investments and start planning for a better and more financially free future.
The person I was describing earlier in generic form, the guy or the lady who's losing their pension and their company is shifting to the 401k, that's the perfect person for this information.
Exactly. And again, that comes down to education. They need to learn about a 401k. What is it? Is it a traditional 401k? Is it a Roth 401k? What investments are contained within that 401k? And then how does it fit in their entire portfolio? And I know some of that sounds complicated or maybe not so exciting, but it's critically important.
On Financial Happiness Day is April 30th. Why? Why is that April 30th?
It's the day I've selected for anybody to start basically taking responsibility for their life. Financial Literacy Month is April.
Okay.
And I use that day as the day where each one of us can say, you know what? I'm in control of my life. I am the answer to my financial future.
I have a copy of the book. It's called Financial Happiness. If you would like the copy that Mike sent us, you can call me right now, and I'll put your name on it and leave it for you. The number here is 622-9622. That is the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline. Mike, do you have you said the website, thecrazymaninthepinkwig.com.
That's it.
So was that what you do? You walk out on stage and you do your motivational speaking in a pink wig?
Sometimes. But I would tell you, I am always wearing the pink wig 24/7, whether that's on my head, on my shirt, on my jeans. It's there to show people that I'm going to walk my path.
I love that. Mike, thank you for being on the air with us today. Good information for the listeners. Again, the book is The Crazy Man. The book is called The Financial Happiness. The website is thecrazymaninthepinkwig.com. Mike Finley is your author and our guest. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for being on with us today.
Thank you.
All right, we will take a break and we'll be right back.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
You asked for it, Ocala, and Bob Wines does it for you. He's holding over his $10 special on Knockout Roses. New shipment of double red and double pink knockouts, only $10 each while they last. Take that, big box stores. And listen to this, a huge selection of hummingbird and butterfly plants starting at 3 for $10. Yes, get 3 for only $10. Azaleas, dwarf ever-blooming, Duke de Rhone, and red ruffles, regular $5.99, but you get 6 for just $19.99. $2.99 veggies are just 99 cents while they last. Pine straw as low as $4.49 a bale when you buy 10. Got a landscape job? Ask Bob about it. They can do it right, do it quickly, and do it for less. That's Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Bob Wines. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Growing Greener with Ocala since 1952.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up.